Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And we are still at Dragon Con in Atlanta, Georgia for one more day tomorrow. But tonight, instead of partying, we're watching House of the Dragon.
Because we can't help ourselves.
We could get some hot D at the convention, but we're getting some hot D right here.
That's good. That's good. Well done.
I appreciate that.
How long were you working on it?
It hit me. It just like a lightning bolt.
Brilliant.
This is House of Dragon episode 3. I don't know what it's titled, but we'll find out together. How far do you think the time jump is into this one?
I don't think they're gonna like continuously do like long jumps because that would be weird. I think that there's going to be a hard break because otherwise it's like, why did the actors change at this different, like in this time jump and not a different one?
Oh, I think this one's gonna be a year. And then I think that we're going to get, like, one more that's, like, 6 months. And then we're going to jump forward to a point where, like, the second half of the season won't have these big jumps. But I think the first half of the season will.
I wonder if we're going to have a jump mid-episode to help the audience be like, these are the same people. Here are their names again.
That would be interesting. I like that. Like, if they're all lined up in the same shot, and then it, like, cuts to them older in the same shot.
So, yeah.
So that you know exactly who's who.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's dive into episode 3. If you want to watch our full reaction, you can do that over at patreon.com/nerdynightly. That's another place, another time. Go over there.
It is a website.
It is a website that we're on. So come join all the other patrons in watching us do this, but longer and with less edits. And I know that some of you find my laugh annoying. My laughs are further apart in that version because YouTube doesn't get mad at me over there. Mm-hmm. All right, let's do this.
Great.
I can't wait to get back to our full setup.
Oh my god, same.
It's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
Are they starting at the end of the battle? I want to see the battle. Wait, no, that's the Valerian. Oh, no. Okay, this is the crab feeder has another Valerian ship. What a great use of fire as a light source for a shot.
Yeah.
That's cool.
House Valerian is coming for you!
You're just about to get burned instead of eaten.
Wow,
oh my
that's
god.
Cool.
The shot where its eyes were like,
oh. Save me!
Yeah, that checks out. Yeah. To be fair,
wow,
that looks great.
Yeah, this looks incredible.
Would rather be squished under a dragon than eaten alive by crabs.
Oh, give me the faster one 1,000 times out of 1,000. The way it goes from darkness to Caraxes back to darkness, like this is...
I also like that we are showing that he's like a famous like war dragon.
Yeah.
Where are you? Come out and face me, Drea!
Wow. I wonder how he got his burns. I wonder if he was burned by a dragon already.
Makes sense.
Are they shooting fire arrows at a dragon?
That seems like a terrible idea. Just shoot arrows.
Oh, shit. In the darkness like that, you would think that fire arrows would just give away where your archers are, where if you just shot arrows in the darkness, he wouldn't know he wouldn't know where to aim.
Yeah.
Back, right?
Yeah, I don't know why they weren't on fire.
I don't know that I've ever seen a better use of dragons in a fight before.
Mm-hmm. And the fire lighting.
Yeah. Aegon!
2 years old and already our boy has a kingly presence.
It's been 3 years? That's a jump.
Do you think it's different actresses for the...
Not yet.
I bring urgent news from the Stepstones.
Oh, you're right. Same actresses.
Yeah.
The matter of the Stepstones is regrettably urgent.
It's been 3 years. It can wait another 3 days.
Interesting.
Come, eat. Fortify yourselves for the journey.
What?
Was she just making eyes at a Lannister?
No, I think she's trying to apologize for him not being
okay.
kingly.
Under the dragon.
Jaskier?
Perhaps the princess might like to hear something else.
She would not. You are to stay by order of the princess.
The queen commands you to leave the Godswood at once.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
That's hard.
It's the equivalent of a male pissing contest.
Yeah.
The princess. Well, the queen.
Well, the queen's belly is definitely bigger with that second child on the way.
Is it the king's command?
Yes, but
Then at once, your grace.
none of it needs be this way in truth, Rhaenyra.
Poor Alicent. She's done, like, nothing wrong.
I know.
It's not so bad. The days are long, but Aegon came quickly and without fuss.
Is she
The
about
midwives
to-
are like,
Is she about to give birth on this hunting trip?
oh my god.
That baby does not know what's going on. Damn, can we go camping like this?
Yeah, right? This is glamping.
This is the original glamping. His chest piece is so cool.
Yeah. Also, who does he think is gonna marry her?
I have no idea.
And how have you served the man with late Lady Red Wine? We're eating cake.
The dog is so cute. Wow, the set deck team on this show is incredible. Just everything. Like, all the attention to detail in these episodes so far has been amazing.
Was your own second name day as grand as this?
I honestly don't recall, and neither will Egan.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Lord Jason Lannister.
Gathered that from all the lions.
But the best sport is to be found at Castley Rock, near my home. I don't have a dragon pit, of course, but I do have the means and resources to build one.
Why would you need a dragon pit?
Girl.
I do anything for my queen. Or lady wife.
She's like, what?
Thank you for the wine.
I think she's got the hots for her uncle. So.
God.
Jason Lannister is an excellent match.
He's arrogant and self-serious.
Well, I thought you might have that in common.
Ah.
But you've refused me at every turn.
That is because I do not wish to get married.
Even I do not exist above tradition and duty, Rhaenyra.
Excuse me, Your Grace.
Is she Batman?
What?
He looks and she's gone. Oh. Good man.
Yeah.
Also, Otto, good man there. That's a good friend.
I mean, he still sucks.
No, yeah, but your friend's making an ass of himself.
Yeah.
And you give them the good news.
Hey.
I'm gonna cut this at the knees.
Yeah.
That's a pal. I like these two together.
I think that's the point.
I know, and he's too, like, low a lord or whatever.
Yeah.
But it'd be a good match to get closer to Dorne. It's the hardest one of them, to the Seven Kingdoms, to keep in.
And the best one to piss off Daemon.
That's funny.
What happened back there?
My father trying to sell me off to Jason Lannister.
You want me to kill him?
Good man.
We should return to camp, Princess.
Were you ever betrothed to Kristen?
I had an adventurous youth when my father served at Blackhaven, to be sure.
I don't remember. Are Kingsguard, do they not marry?
I don't know.
I can't remember. Comment down below if the Kingsguard get married. Because I can't, like, remember if they, like...
I doubt it.
If they can't... I think that's a plotline in Game of Thrones. I can't remember why I think that.
They're married to the king.
Is it because Jaime Lannister becoming Kingsguard means he can't marry, therefore the Lannister line ends, right? Isn't that a thing?
I think so.
Right.
Yeah, I think so.
The droppings were found half a league to the east.
Still fresh. I've never been one for signs of importance, Your Grace, but if the gods did wish to show their favor...
You sneaky.
Weirdly, like, Otto got what he wanted.
For now.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know what he wants now.
But he's going to want his grandchild to be king, not Rhaenyra.
Yeah, I feel like the best thing to do is patience there. I wouldn't be pushy.
I don't think that was pushy. I think that was just the right touch of... And he's clever.
But in terms of him being a villain, the only person he's a villain to at this point would be Rhaenyra and Daemon. Ooh.
I had this forged in the Golden Gallery in honor of Prince Aegon.
Should we get one? Add it to our collection?
It's quite a thing.
Someone will definitely sell that at DragonCon next year.
Yeah.
Do you think that House Targaryen wants for strength?
If someone offered you more dragons, would you not take them?
Do you have dragons to offer?
Many of us had assumed...
Many of us, you say? Have your bannermen questioned my choice of them?
Of course not.
I did not decide to name Rhaenyra my heir on a whim. All the lords of the kingdom would do well to remember that. Thank you for the gift.
Viserys! A little bit of backbone.
It's nice to see.
Showing up for his daughter like that?
If only she was there for that.
Oh, she would have been just as teenagery about it as she was earlier.
No, I mean, like, just had listened in, you know?
Oh, no, I know.
Who do you have in mind? Prince Aegon. The boy just turned 2, Otto.
I didn't see that coming.
But it would cease the endless proposals for Rhaenyra's hand. Not to be suffocated by all this fucking politicking. Let us speak no more of it.
I love that he laughed. He's like, this can't be happening.
Fucking 2, Otto.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They really gave Viserys the audience POV.
Yeah.
She's 12.
Yes.
He's 2. Viserys is literally just pointing out what is wrong with their world for us.
Yeah,
so that I don't have to. God, this show's good. Although I will say the I've liked a lot of the background sound design. The knife and fork sound design of that last scene was driving me a little bit crazy. It was a bit too much of the clattering. Oh no, he's about to do something dumb.
He is white girl wasted.
We've sent outriders to find Rhaenyra, Your Grace. Sir Criston went after her, so the hope is that they are together.
The girl is a heedless contrarian.
King Jaehaerys ruled over half a century of peace while his children drove him to the edge of madness. His daughters in particular. It is tradition.
Good line.
Do you wish to hear my opinion on the matter?
He's like, God, no.
It would seem to me the best match for Rhaenyra is the son of the sea snake. Some years ago, I counseled you to take his sister to wife. My reasoning remains the same. And he is the heir to the wealthiest house in the realm.
That's a much more reasonable, yeah.
Yes.
I like this guy.
He's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll know all of their names soon.
Right.
Her outfits.
I know.
Amazing.
I want that one.
Princess, I must make a final plea that we return to the camp.
I'd rather prefer it here. His Grace can worry himself to death if he so likes.
Careful what you wish for.
She's so good.
Yeah.
Do you think the realm will ever accept me as their queen?
I'll have no choice but to, Princess.
Oh!
He got taken out by a pig!
I was like...
He just wants to kiss.
That was so long. I'm like, wait.
Oh. I don't think this is about the pig.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Yeah. You're just like 4 beats longer than I expected it to
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
Is everything all right, Your Grace?
My obsession killed Rhaenyra's mother.
Viserys.
I thought Rhaenyra was the way out of my abyss of grief and regret.
Wow. Patty Considine. Well done. The cinematographer of the show loves fire. And he uses it so well.
I mean, it's House of the Dragon.
The book is called Fire and Blood. I just think the Patty Considine has been consistently giving this like insane performance that I'm
He's so good.
like I want to throw Emmys at him. That was insane. That was so good. And she's great.
He's so fucked.
What's up, Internet? My name is Nerdy Nightly, and this is the show where I say this show's really good over and over again for an hour.
Ah, yes, hunting.
Your Grace. For the kill.
He's like, I'm too hungover for this. What?
I would hold it with more ropes than that. That thing's a strong animal.
Yeah. God, men are so weird.
Yeah.
One more time, Your Grace. Put a bit to your left.
Oh, man.
Yeah!
The Baratheon house will get their revenge a couple generations from now.
Jesus.
He has such a big heart, but he's so bad at literally everything else. Oh.
I had a feeling that might happen.
Oh, Rhaenyra.
How would he have killed it with a sword?
I would rather have my sword out than not have my sword out if a buck is coming at me.
Sure, I guess. I just mean, like, you're not gonna, like, hunt it.
I'm
like,
saying I know, but I'm not leaving my sword in its sheath.
When the prince, or when the queen, no.
Oh, yeah, if she told me to, I would, but, like...
Yeah.
See, everyone knows she should be queen. Or at least the animals do. Humans are stupid.
You must guide Viserys towards reason. He'll never find it on his own.
No. See, auto-pushed. It's about to go bad.
For my indulgences.
At least the wine was good.
Too good.
Much like Dragon Con. Oh, man.
That I am forever doomed to anger one person in the pleasing of another.
Yes. That's leadership.
Is it better for the realm if the crab feeder thrives or is vanquished?
She's crushing it.
Yeah?
To Dwarfstone, Sir Alan. Hand deliver this to Prince Daemon yourself.
At once, Your Grace.
I want a one-line part like that.
yeah.
Just want to wear armor for
That
like
was me.
an hour.
I'm sending word to Daemon. Aid is sailing to the Stepstones.
Did he make call for help?
He would sooner die. Daemon is thorn enough in my flesh. Will you insist on taking after him?
If it was for advantage, you would have wed Lena Velaryon.
That is true enough. You must marry. Strengthen your own claim. Shore up your succession. Find one that pleases you, as I did.
Oh. That was so not what I thought.
I did waver. At one time. But I swear to you now, on your mother's memory, you will not be supplanted.
Them together is so good.
Yeah.
They're so... And I know there's a wonderful actress who plays the older version as well,
Yeah.
but, like, I'm gonna miss her so much.
And the young Allison, too.
Yeah.
I also... Ooh.
Is that Rhaenyra?
No, that's Caraxes. Yeah.
I couldn't tell from here.
Well, I don't think Rhaenyra would have gone to war yet.
Yeah.
I think she will, though.
Dragons can circle Bloodstone until they fall out of the sky. The crab feeder and his men have no reason to leave those caves.
We must give them one.
Dragon returning!
The Valyrian armor looks amazing.
He at least is fighting this war. What role have you played in his council, Uncle, other than master of complaints?
Enough!
I will not have you stoke mutiny.
He's cool. Oh!
I was worried about that.
I thought he was, like, happy that his brother was coming to his aid for a moment, and I was wrong.
I shall pray nightly to the gods for your safe return.
Is he gonna go meet with the crab dude? Oh, this is very interesting.
Daemon is a madman.
Yeah.
He's horrifying.
Mm-hmm. It's such a crazy design, but it's so effective.
Mm-hmm. is a literal madman.
He's like, nah, I got this. Nah, bro.
He's like, nah, we don't need my brother. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Men will really do anything to show that they have the bigger dick.
Yeah. I mean, his doesn't work all the time, so he has to show the size of it because the fortitude ain't great.
You know what? Which is fine. It happens. You don't have to feel like you need to make up for it.
This is madness.
Yeah. I was like, what is he?
But, like, really, the chances of hitting one man with a bow and arrow from that distance?
They're far. He's running. He's got lots of cover to duck behind.
Yeah. A really good bowman would come close, but...
Also depends on how well the bows are made.
Yeah. They probably don't have the best, right?
Whoa.
Did that him in the same spot as the fire arrow did?
You got 3. I mean, yeah, at some point your luck runs out, right?
Yeah. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows who he's fighting.
Yeah.
It's crazy how scary they've made him as a villain without him having said a word.
Yeah. Oh,
just tight Dutch angles, like really...
Like that.
Yeah. Oh, no, they fell for it.
So was this the son's plan? Is this what he was talking about?
I can't imagine he thought that this is how it would go down.
Maybe not exactly like this, but do you think Damon was like, no, I got this, hold my beer? Like...
Oh, no, yeah, I guess it was. Could Damon hear it from the back of the dragon?
No. I'm sure he got filled in. I'm sure they made a plan, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Oh!
Who is it? I thought it was Rhaenyra for a second.
Yeah. Okay,
I love this so much.
I think these are the Crown's dragon riders.
Are they Valerians, though? Because Rhaenys's kids might ride dragons, right? Because she's a Targaryen. Caves aren't going to save you this time. Let's go, Damon. I don't want to be on his side, but I'm so on his side.
I know, right now
Let's go, Corlys! I love them showing the difference between Corlys and Viserys by having Corlys up front with his weapon just going at it. Oh my god. Is that Vaemond? No, it's Corlys' son from the meeting.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's Rhaenys' son because he has lighter skin, right? That's who they want Rhaenyra to marry. That's who the guy we liked wants. That's cool. Wow. Is that a half of a man?
I think so.
Damn, dude, you're dark. Oh. Oh, that's Daemon.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we could have seen that fight, but this is pretty cool.
Damn.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
So, House of the Dragon, not slacking on
the dragons.
On the dragons,
yeah,
but also the big battles.
Yeah,
that was so many people, so much like phases, different weapons, choreography, really good moments, awesome stunts, real fire in large groups. That's expensive to do.
Yeah,
that HBO was like, okay, we got some money, and we're gonna spend it.
Yeah,
that
seriously,
looked so good.
That was great.
It's tough because like it's such a big ending that I just want to talk about it, but there's so much that happened in the episode before that's so important.
Yeah, I know. Like it's all equally as important. Obviously, the earlier stuff is not like as flashy, which is fine. It doesn't all need to be.
My heart's racing. Great. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Wow.
I love Rhaenyra and Viserys. Their stuff is, it's always so spot on, and because we're reading Wheel of Time right now, I'm always like, God, if the characters just had a conversation and communicated every once in a while, it would be nice. And I mean, once in 3 years is definitely once in a while, but at least we got that moment, and it was very satisfying when he was like, I will not, like, I will not, whatever you, like, you are my heir, right?
Yeah, I will not supplant you.
Yes, that's the word. Yeah. I swear on your mother's grave.
I do appreciate him being like, I can't understand why she's so upset all the time. And then he talks to her one time and is honest with her, and she's not mad anymore. He's like, oh, right, communication. Good relationships between two people require communication. Yeah, no, I think there was such a good build-up to that scene. Like, I'm glad they had such a contentious relationship because it led to a scene that I thought was so well done between the two of them. And I do love the way they shot that scene in particular, that when Rhaenyra comes in and sits down for the scene with her father, she sits in Otto's chair as she undoes what Otto wishes to be done.
Yes. It's a nice touch.
Right? So this element of Otto has spent this episode trying to engineer, even like pushing Alicent to help him engineer a desired goal, which is supplanting Rhaenyra, making Aegon the next king, making Aegon the heir. He does so by, and honestly, like, you know, Otto's also happy for Rhaenyra to be the queen as long as Aegon's the king, right? He wants Aegon to be the king, whether it's through marriage or through anything else. But the idea of her sitting in his chair as Viserys kind of tells her, hey, you choose. Don't do what Otto wants. You're in his chair. Was just chef's kiss. Good choices. Everything on the show is so specific.
Yeah.
And I think that is why it is working so well.
Yes.
Is it boils down to this insane attention to detail that you feel in every scene in a way that I'm so in love with. From the set design to the idea that it's 2 years later, not because there was nothing interesting in those 2 years. Like, I would have loved to have seen Alicent and Viserys' wedding, right? But the idea that, no, this is the next most important moment for all of these characters at once.
Yeah.
And you can feel that. Like, everybody in this episode, within a 1 day span, has a bunch of really important stuff happen all at once. And the way they're pacing the show out is very different from, I think, anything I've ever watched.
Yeah.
But it's really working for me.
I was worried that all these jumping through times would be a bit convoluted or confusing, or it would end up feeling like you didn't really get to know the characters because it felt like you just kept like jumping through their story as opposed to experiencing it with them. But they're doing a good job of keeping what's important and having the balance between the story and also relationship, right?
Well, and it feels, I think that if it wasn't a tragedy, I would want the in-between stuff more. But because this is epic tragedy, like, this is not a fun series. We're headed towards disaster for all of these characters.
Oh, God, yeah.
Particularly Rhaenyra. If she's your favorite, get ready. No spoilers, because I don't actually know what happens. Everyone I know is like, oh my God, that poor girl. The epic tragedy of it is benefited by the pacing of it.
Yeah.
Because it makes you feel like the disaster is so big that we have to go so far back for you to understand all the little things that got us there, because it's not a disaster that's caused by an individual action or an individual choice. It's a bunch of little choices. It's death by 1,000 cuts.
Yes, exactly.
And this show is showing the death by 1,000 cuts that slowly erodes and ultimately destroys the House Targaryen.
Yes.
And because they're pacing it out the way that they are, you're seeing each little nick. And you can't even tell that some of them are nicks until the next episode, where 3 years later, that little nick from the last episode turns out to be a bad thing. And
I think that'll be same for things in future seasons.
Yeah.
Like, we'll get that reflection, which is cool.
And this is why I fell in love with George R. R. Martin's writing. This kind of writing where something would happen, because there's things about George R. R. Martin's writing that I don't love, right? But this element of it, where something happens in a chapter, and then a book later in an unrelated chapter in an unrelated part of Westeros, that little thing comes back in a way. It's similar to Robert Jordan, right? Where I talk a lot about how I think that Robert Jordan uses the concept of convenience, but he sets up convenience so that it always makes sense and it feels like it builds the world instead of makes it smaller. George R. R. Martin's use of the little nick that you don't realize was a nick until later is one of the strongest things about his writing, and I love it so much.
Yes.
And the fact that it is so apparent in the show really draws you in and keeps you moment to moment going, I just want to spend more time with the Targaryens.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I know they're all going to die violent deaths.
Yeah, well.
And it's helped by, like, just the performances. It's hard not to sit here every scene and go, wow, everybody's crushing it.
Well, and this would be a tough series if you didn't have good actors.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it is
talking.
Detail. Yeah. And they are so good.
And not even just talking. Actually, there's also, like the Crab King, that guy, he had
Body
no
language.
dialogue.
Yeah.
One of the best Game of Thrones villains from all of it, right?
Yeah. I don't
no
know
dialogue.
a goddamn thing about him or why he was doing what he was doing or anything like that, but I was here for all of it.
Yeah, and it works, right?
Yeah.
I think that the scene where Damon beats up, it's so funny. We've been spending the weekend with my friend Alex Damon, and so every time I say Damon,
yeah.
I think about Alex.
Shout out to Star Wars Explained.
Shout out to Star Wars Explained.
Because he won today.
Yeah, congratulations on winning the DragonCon Star Wars competition. You're a nerd. Mandalorian cubism. That will mean nothing to anyone who wasn't there, but wow.
Wow.
So the scene where Damon gets the letter.
Yeah.
The build up to him smashing that guy's face in, which I was very surprised by. I thought I saw a bit of a smile there.
Oh,
and he
I
lost
was
that
like,
smile.
uh-oh.
I enjoyed the surprise of it, but I also think that, like, what Matt Smith was able to do with no dialogue in that scene was so convincing.
He's a professional.
Paddy Considine in front of the fire with Allison, where he's drunk and he's really, like, taking stock of his own choices and wondering if they're the right choices in front of his wife. Incredible acting.
And
this show is mind-blowing.
Well, and he has the moment with Rhaenyra too. He's like, you know what? I did doubt for a moment.
Yeah.
I'm human, and he's like completely honest with her, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to, you know, I don't know. It makes the scene more, it just makes it more impactful. I think, and how it's done, and the fact that we get to see those little things and then have them then come back in scenes, and obviously we talked about stuff will come back like later on.
Yeah.
But having everything be interconnected in such a complicated way is awesome. And we're obviously a couple episodes in, so it's one of those things where it's like we can't be at that point yet. But I don't think anything will be like contradictory, right? Like they seem like they have really thought this out. Obviously George R. R. Martin has written the source material, but them adding in like the little nuances, of course, of like the screenwriting of it, really cool.
Yeah, this has been a journey that I'm just so enjoying being on.
Yeah.
It's intentional, well thought out storytelling, and HBO is crushing it.
Right yeah, here for it.
HBO's making some cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one complaint I have about this episode.
Okay.
That cutlery in that one scene. I think there might not have been a loop, but I sounded like there was a loop in it.
Oh.
And
your brain was just like...
Yeah. It was a little bit too much of the knife clattering.
Mm-hmm. There were also a couple of moments for me where the CGI didn't look the greatest, but I can't really tell if that's because we're watching it on a laptop screen.
Yeah. We'll be back to our monitor.
Regular setup. Yeah, exactly.
Next episode, we'll be back to our monitor.
Yeah.
We got a little week at Disney to have, and then back to our full setup.
Yes.
Very excited for that. No, but I agree with you. I don't care, though.
Well, and that's the thing, is I was like, it doesn't matter, and what like, you know, it might just be that it's the laptop, I don't really care, but when you have everything else this strong and this good, the visuals of it are not what make or break a story for me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I do. I think that's all we're going to say about this one.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for next week. I said the battle was so big, and then we didn't talk about the battle because we tried to get everything else. That battle, incredible.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of talked about it when it was happening. We made comments.
I'm not sure I fully understand why it took 3 years to beat him.
Well, because you generally don't put your most valuable warrior and commander in that kind of danger. He got shot with 3 arrows.
Oh, no, I mean more like why... The one thing in the time jump that didn't make sense to me fully was... What was the long term of that battle that was tough?
So what they were trying to explain when they were at the table there, planning out, is that the crab feeder king?
Yes.
What, feeder? Yes, okay. I was like, I don't know. That his people have the advantage of the land right now. They have the places to retreat, and they have the forces to keep them at bay long enough. And even despite that they had the dragons or whatever, they always had a place of safety to retreat to.
The caves.
Right, which is very difficult to penetrate. Like a lot of people who I think study war know that the ground that you're fighting on and the circumstances around that is a big part of, it's not just like my sword is bigger than your sword or I swing it better, right?
I guess my question is, why not just kind of siege them into an island and then leave them there? Because if the problem is that they're taking out boats, they're not going to be able to take out boats if they don't have boats. So just have your dragons break all their boats down.
Well, so I'm assuming that there are places that the boats like harbor in the caves, right? They're big and they seem convoluted and
dragons.
Yeah.
They have...
Okay, sure, but if you have a labyrinthian cave complex, you don't know necessarily where they're getting their supplies or where all these tunnels and caves lead to, or you can't watch every entrance, right? So a siege kind of tactic, it might not work depending on how it's laid out.
I'm not saying that I necessarily wanted this episode to explain all of it. I'm saying that I would like a compendium book, like a companion that like lays out this war.
I would like to know what happened in those 3 years. Please. I mean, you can probably read Fire and Blood.
This is the thing. I'm not complaining about what I saw. Everything that I saw in this episode made sense to me.
For sure, yes.
Yeah, there is literally a companion book. I wonder if this war is explained in that book. And if the comments are just like, you idiot, read the book.
Well, no, I mean, it is a good point. Like that.
I just want to know. I like big battles and I like war stuff.
Yeah, I would be totally into learning like the nuances of that and maybe the more into the why it was as long as it was. Was it due to forces? Is it due to terrain? Was it due to supplies? Like,
and whether if it's as long in the books. One of the things that I do find interesting about the show is that because they aged up Viserys, because he's supposed to be 11 years older than Alicent in the book, is my understanding. I haven't read it yet, so this is just knowledge. By making him older, they've made his relationship with Alicent feel different, I think, than it probably does in the book, because they're probably much closer in age, right?
11 years is, I get, yeah.
But I think that it helps his relationship with Rhaenyra. Because he's able to have more of a fatherly presence with her, whereas if he was like 30... You know what I mean? Like, if Matt Smith was in that role.
If he was 30, then he would have had her when he was...
Oh, no, he's 28, and she's 13. He's 15. I believe he's 15 when he has Rhaenyra in the book.
Jeez, okay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then I think that Alicent is 16 when she has Aegon in the book.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. That's how people had kids back then.
Yep, I know.
I mean...
We didn't live as long. Sure.
That's true. We also needed them to, like, till the fields. Like, your kids don't, like, work for you anymore,
Yeah.
typically, right? Obviously, some places they do. I'm not saying, like, universally. But, like, the reason why people where we grew up in the Midwest had, like, 12 kids was because they had
The
big fields.
Midwest of Canada.
We grew up in prairie country.
You say Midwest, people are gonna assume the United States.
It's the same Midwest. It's the same
We
jobs.
grew up in Alberta.
Okay, it's literally the same.
No, I know.
They farm, we farm. They got cows, we got cows. Our cows are better because Alberta beef, good beef.
We also say y'all.
We do say
for
y'all.
some reason.
This has kind of gone off the rails. This show's awesome.
Yeah,
this show's really. It's not what I want. Because I have no idea what's coming. Like, I have no desires for it.
Right. You're just ready to sit down and be wowed every week.
With Rings of Power, I have an idea of what I want from that show.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not surprised by it.
Mm-hmm.
This show keeps surprising me in a way that, like, I have no idea what I want from the next episode. It could be 15 years in the future.
Are you
like,
kind of glad you didn't read the book first?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. It's
been fun to be like, there's a couple of things I know. Like, I've heard that Rhaenyra's end is very, very violent. Because I had a female friend who read the book and was like, my favorite female character. She, like, confided in me that she had a bad night reading the book.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm not going to say her name because I don't know if she would want me to.
Fair enough.
But the element of it that, where Game of Thrones, I was always comparing to the books. Always comparing to the books. To go into this show, and it's also Game of Thrones, but I'm like, I don't really know what's going to happen. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
And we don't watch the, like, end thing. We don't watch the, like, next week on. So it's fun to go into these episodes with no idea.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if our main cast will still be our main cast next week.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm here for it.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
HBO.
Thumbs up if like this video if you're also here for it.
Yeah,
Hashtag.
Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that dislike button if you don't like it. I don't know how you could. That was awesome. 2 dragons, 1 episode, both burning people alive.
What?
Don't you want to see people burn alive? Wait, no, don't.
Wait, was the dragon the egg? Is that dragon 3 years old maybe? Did that egg hatch for
Was that Balon's egg? Oh, they might have given it to the Valerians. That would make sense.
Because I don't think anyone except the Targaryens have dragons.
No, because that kid would have had an egg in his crib. That's Vaemond? I think his name is Vaemond.
No, it's a Targaryen
yeah,
thing.
But he's
it's not a
Rhaenys'
Valyrian
son.
thing.
He's Rhaenys' son. He would have had an egg in his crib.
I guess.
Rhaenys Targaryen's son had an egg in his crib, 1,000%.
Right.
Maybe even like her dragon's egg, right?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. That's his dragon.
Right. Anyways,
I want to know that dragon's name. I don't know that
too.
dragon's name.
It's gonna be fun to find out.
Y'all, this show, I loved it.
I
am happy right now. So like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the dislike button if you want to. Leave me comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry. And that algorithm god, well, you know what? This time you don't need to leave me comments down below because it was the crab feeder.
And he's dead, so don't worry.
He doesn't
he's not
have a
hungry anymore.
stomach anymore.
Yeah.
The shot of him, just the top half of his body.
With the intestines just trailing behind.
It's Game of Thrones, kids, and I'm so happy. Do something nerdy tonight. Bye.
Bye.